Every pile, every cluttered corner was silently stealing my peace. But not anymore. If your home feels heavy, like it's holding on to more than just things, you're not alone. Clutter doesn't just fill up space, it weighs on your mind, steals your energy, and chips away at your sense of calm. But here's the good news. You don't have to tackle it all at once. In this video, I'll guide you through one simple step that makes a real difference. You'll learn how to clear not just physical space, but mental space too. Whether it's a drawer, a table, or just one shelf, you'll walk away with a sense of clarity and control. This isn't about perfection, it's about peace. One space, one breath, one quiet victory at a time. Let's begin. If you've ever walked into a room and felt your chest tighten just looking around, you're not alone. Clutter has a way of creeping in. One item here, another there, until suddenly, your space feels overwhelming. And it's not just the mess. It's the weight it puts on your mind. The stress builds quietly, making you feel stuck, drained, even frustrated in your own home. But the good news is, it doesn't have to stay that way. You can take back control, one small step at a time. No pressure, no rush, just steady, gentle progress toward a space that feels calm, clear, and truly yours. Today, we're going to take back control, starting with just one space. Not the whole house, not a weekend-long project, just one area you see every day. Because sometimes, the smallest changes bring the biggest relief. I'll walk you through a simple, manageable method to declutter and refresh your space, without stress or overwhelm. It's not about doing it all, it's about doing what matters at your pace. By the end, you'll feel lighter, clearer, and more in control. This is your home, and it should feel like a place of peace, not pressure. Let's make that happen, one step at a time. Step 1. Pick your zone. Entryway table, the small space that sets the tone. We're starting with the entryway table, a small, often overlooked space that quietly sets the tone for your entire home. It's the first thing you see when you walk in, and whether you realize it or not, it affects how you feel the moment you step through the door. Maybe it's covered in unopened mail, random keys, receipts from weeks ago, or a pair of glasses you forgot you even had. Maybe it's a drop zone, where things land but rarely leave. It doesn't seem like much, but it builds up. And that buildup sends your brain subtle messages. You've got work to do. Things are out of control. You're falling behind. Here's the truth. Clutter in high traffic areas, especially spaces like the entryway, isn't just about being messy. It's about mental noise. Every object sitting there speaks to you, even if quietly. A stack of unopened letters can whisper, "You're avoiding something." A tangle of keys and cords can mutter, "You're not organized." And if you're living alone or adjusting to a slower pace of life, that noise gets louder, not quieter. But here's the beautiful part. This is one of the easiest places to start, and the impact is immediate. We're not diving into an attic or tackling the garage today. We're focusing on something small, doable, and meaningful. Because when you clean the entryway table, you're not just clearing physical space. You're creating a smoother transition between your outside world and your inside world. You're giving yourself a moment of calm before you even take off your coat. You might be wondering, why start here? Why not the closet or the kitchen? The entryway is your threshold between chaos and calm, between the world and your private space. It's where your day begins and ends. So, making it feel intentional, peaceful, and clear is one of the best ways to reset your home energy without feeling overwhelmed. And most importantly, this space is manageable. You don't need special tools, and you don't need hours. Just a few intentional minutes, and you'll notice a difference you can feel. So here's what we're going to do next. We'll take everything off the table, every last item. We're going to wipe it down, sort what matters, and release what doesn't. This isn't about perfection. It's about clearing space to breathe. It's about making your home feel just a little more like a sanctuary. One surface, one small step, one big emotional shift. This is where your stress-free home begins. Let's get started. Step 2. Sort, keep, toss, donate. Clearing the surface to clear the mind. Now that we've chosen our space, the entryway, table, it's time to begin the real work. But don't worry, this isn't about speed or pressure. It's about being intentional. Start by taking everything off the surface. Yes, everything. No exceptions. We're not organizing around the clutter. We're resetting the space from scratch. As you remove each item, Resist the urge to make decisions right away. Just gather it all into one pile. You might be surprised at what's there. Forgotten papers, tangled cords, expired coupons, loose change, even sentimental pieces you haven't looked at in years. Once the surface is clear, give it a quick wipe down. Clean the dust. Clear away old energy. You'll notice something interesting happen, even before you've decided what stays or goes. The empty space itself already feels better, lighter, quieter. Now comes the key question, and it's only 3 parts. Do I use this? Do I need this? Do I love this? If the answer is no to all 3, then it's time to let it go. Use the 3 simple sorting piles. Keep only the things you truly use, need, or cherish. These will come back onto the table with purpose. Toss trash, expired items, broken things that don't serve you. Donate items that still have life left but no longer serve yours. Let them bless someone else's home. Take your time. This isn't a race. Hold each item for a moment and check in with yourself. Does it carry usefulness or just guilt? Is it something you're keeping just in case? Or just because? Here's a gentle reminder. Letting go doesn't mean forgetting. It means choosing peace over clutter. It means making room for what matters now, not what used to. Surprise discovery. Wait till you see what I found hiding behind this stack. In almost every decluttering session, there's one unexpected moment. Maybe it's a note from a loved one, a photograph from decades ago, or something deeply personal that's been buried under junk. When it happens, don't rush past it. Pause. Let yourself feel it. Smile, cry, reflect. It's part of the process. These discoveries remind us why we're doing this. Not just to tidy up, but to reconnect with parts of our life that deserve to be seen, honored, or finally released. Give yourself permission. For many older adults, sorting through clutter isn't just a physical task, it's emotional. Each object can carry memories, attachments, and even grief. That's normal. That's human. So give yourself permission to keep a few meaningful items, even if they don't spark joy. To release guilt over letting go of gifts, outdated items, or things you never used. To move at your own pace. Decluttering is not about judgment, it's about freedom. You are creating a space that serves the person you are now, not who you were 10, 20, or 30 years ago. After sorting, once everything is sorted, you'll likely notice that only a small fraction of what was on that table deserves to go back. And that's the point. You've cleared the noise, the weight, the old energy. You've made room for clarity. You're not just organizing your home, you're making a statement. I deserve to walk into peace, not chaos. Now that you've decided what stays, the next step is bringing it back with purpose. No more clutter traps. No more just for now piles. You're about to create a space that feels calm, functional, and welcoming. Let's move on to step 3, reorganize for calm. Step 3, reorganize for calm. Creating a space that feels like peace. Now that you've sorted and cleared, you're standing in front of an empty surface, and maybe, for the first time in a long time, it feels good. Like possibility, like peace. This next step is where transformation really begins. Not because you're adding things back, but because you're choosing what deserves to return and how it will live there. The goal here isn't to make it look like a magazine cover. The goal is to create a space that makes you feel relaxed every time you see it. And for that, simplicity is the secret. Bring back only what matters. Ask yourself, what do I really need at this spot? What brings comfort or joy when I walk in the door? Think in terms of function and feeling. For an entryway table, that might mean a small bowl or dish for your keys, a tray or upright file for mail so it doesn't scatter everywhere, a tiny plant, a candle, or a photo that makes you smile, not because it looks nice, but because it feels right. This isn't about decorating, it's about curating peace. The power of a simple basket. I use this $2 basket from the dollar store. It keeps everything in place. You don't need to spend a fortune to stay organized. A small basket can turn chaos into calm in seconds. Toss in your sunglasses, loose change, or even your dog leash, and suddenly, it's no longer a mess. It's a system, and systems create ease. You can use anything, a mason jar, a wooden tray, a pretty box you already have. The point is to give each item a home, so nothing gets lost or piles up again. When you walk into a cluttered space, your brain goes into overdrive. It scans every object, every piece of paper, every undone task, and it creates a background hum of stress you may not even notice. But when you walk into a space that's clear and intentional, your nervous system settles, your mind softens, you breathe a little deeper. And the best part? You did that. You chose what stays. You created calm where there was once chaos. We often think we need more to feel better. More storage, more organizing tools, more shelves. But in truth, peace often comes from less. Less clutter, less noise, less to maintain, clean, or explain. One clear table can set the tone for your entire day. It can remind you that life doesn't have to feel rushed, crowded, or heavy. It can anchor you when everything else feels uncertain. And for many of us in our 60s and beyond, this simplicity brings something deeper: relief. Relief from the years of accumulation, the mental load of stuff, and the pressure to hold on to things that no longer serve us. Step 4. Quick wins for other spots. Build momentum, one peaceful corner at a time. Now that your entryway is clear, calm, and working for you, not against you, you might be wondering, where do I go next? Here's the best part. This same simple method works anywhere in your home. You don't need to declutter the entire house in a weekend. In fact, the most powerful shifts often come from quick wins in small spaces. Let's explore a few easy places to apply this method, and why each one matters more than you might think. Clear clutter, sleep better. Your nightstand is the last thing you see at night, and the first thing you see in the morning. That makes it more important than we often realize. Start here. Take everything off. Wipe it down. Sort into keep, toss, donate. Ask, do I need all of this beside me while I sleep? Maybe you only keep a book or journal, a reading light, a photo that brings peace, a small box for lip balm, hearing aids, or glasses. Less clutter at bedtime equals less mental chatter when your head hits the pillow. It's not just tidier, it helps you sleep with a clearer mind and wake up to calm. Begin the day in peace. Our bathroom counters become drop zones for toothpaste tubes, extra products, and half-used containers. But here's the truth. Starting your day surrounded by clutter, even if it's just products, adds low-level stress. Here's what to do. Clear the surface completely. Toss expired or unused items. Wipe everything down. Bring back only what you use every single day. Consider using a small tray or container to hold essentials like your toothbrush, comb, and lotion. This one change keeps everything from spreading like wildfire again. Mini tip: a clear counter makes brushing your teeth feel like a moment of care, not just another task. Kitchen drawer. No more junk, just useful stuff. We all have one. That drawer in the kitchen filled with batteries, pins, twist ties, menus, and mystery items we can't quite explain. But you don't have to keep calling it a junk drawer. Let's turn it into something better, a utility drawer. Here's how. Dump everything out. Wipe the drawer clean. Use small containers or dividers. Tea tins, muffin liners, even zip-top bags work. Only return items you actually use. Scissors, tape, measuring spoons, notepads. This drawer should serve your daily life, not confuse or frustrate you every time you open it. Mini hook. You won't believe the expired coupons and broken pins I found buried at the bottom. Why these small wins matter? You might be thinking, it's just a drawer, a counter, a nightstand. But each one of these small areas holds more power than we give it credit for. Because every time you clear a space, you reduce visual stress. You feel more in control. You give yourself permission to slow down. And when you keep that space clear, you begin to trust yourself again. You realize, I can do this. I don't need to feel overwhelmed by my home. That confidence builds with every small success. It's momentum you can feel. And for many of us, especially in the second half of life, that kind of progress is more than just helpful. It's healing. It's not about the house, it's about you. This journey isn't about making your house Pinterest perfect. It's about making your life feel lighter. It's about walking into each room and thinking, I belong here. This space supports me. These quick wins are like mental rest stops. Little areas where you don't have to think, search, or stress. You just breathe. What to try next? You don't need to plan a whole decluttering weekend. Just pick one small spot, something you use daily, and apply the same steps. Clear everything off. Wipe it clean. Sort into keep, toss, donate. Bring back only what brings calm or serves a purpose. Use simple containers to help it stay that way. Start with 5 minutes. A drawer, a shelf, a windowsill. That's how peace grows. Not in one big sweep, but one simple victory at a time. I started decluttering because I realized something powerful. My home was quietly mirroring how I felt inside. The piles, the clutter, the things I kept just in case. They weren't just physical objects. They were holding old stress, forgotten memories, and emotions I hadn't dealt with. Each time I let go of something, I felt lighter, not just in my space, but in my spirit. I wasn't just making room on a shelf. I was making room to breathe, to rest, to move forward. Clearing the mess helped me release what I didn't even realize I'd been carrying for years. This journey isn't just about tidying up, it's about finding peace again. One drawer, one corner, one choice at a time. Here's what it looked like before: crowded, heavy, like it was always whispering, "You have more to do." And now, here's the after. It's lighter, calmer. There's space to breathe. No more overwhelm every time I walk by. Just ease. It may seem small, but this change reminds me that I can create peace in my life, one corner at a time. It feels like the space is finally mine again, not a storage unit for old stress, but a reflection of who I am now. This is more than just decluttering. It's reclaiming control, comfort, and calm right where I live. What's the one space in your home that's quietly weighing you down? Drop it in the comments. I'd love to hear, and I just might feature it in the next video. If this video gave you even a little peace or motivation today, give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe for more simple, calming steps to help you feel more at home, right where you are, especially after 60.